Hello viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Screwed bringing you a new podcast from a subject called the Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to be so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will have your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, then you have to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So first, the episode starts off like this. We see the elite pirates led by Funsaki, camped out somewhere in the forest, treating their wounds and whatnot. Funsaki is like, was being told by his second in command that, that they lost heavy casualties. So basically, but Funsaki was like, he was still, once we get ourselves together, to treat our wounds and whatnot, then we'll go back to that. We're gonna take out that Boruto Uzumaki and his comrades and head to the mist village and ambush it as planned. So basically, meanwhile, back at the village, at the mountain village, things were. The villagers were, once again, preparing fixing their defenses to prepare once Fusaki and his elite pirates come back and attack the village again. But turns out nobody was hurt. But turns out during the battle, the food stores got hit, and basically the food pit is basically got destroyed in the battle. In the battle. So basically, now that Sarada is the captain, took over the captain role of the team. She sent Weeby's team, using Dinky's team to go find some food. Go find some food for everybody, and basically, and tell Miki to use his snakes to warn if the pirates come back. Try to use Mickey's snakes to warn them if the pirates are coming back, or if the pirates are coming back or in the area around the village. So basically, things are like everybody was like was still motivated to protect this village. That Kagura go up and get revenge on Fusaki from killing Kagura and making sure these people in the village will be safe and stopping these pirates from doing a ambush on the Mist Village. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the Funta Pirates main headquarters, Aries reported the bad news that Timber jumped the gun and him and the fleet that was supposed to be a distraction for the Mist Village, while Funsaki, does the ambush didn't left field. So basically, his father, Emma was not happy about Timber jumping the gun and also being killed by the Mushikage. So basically, he's also not happy about how the ambush that Funsaki is supposed to, ambush was not happy at the progress of the ambush that Funsaki is supposed to lead against the Mist Village. So basically, he decided to, we need to all regroup and come out with a final assault to take down the Mushikage and destroy the Mist Village. So basically he said, I'm going to lead that charge, and I also want So basically, like so all right then. So basically, I'm gonna let you know right now that that Tofu informed Fusaki to return to headquarters, and we need to get all our forces to a final, to a final assault. So anyway, so even though Iran was not happy about about his dad, changing his mind about the sneaky ambush that Fusaki was supposedly against the Mist Village, he had no choice but to do what his father said. As for Siren, she's still injured, but she seems to be stable and recuperating. Was stable, but still out of it and whatnot. And Kaida was by himself, and Kaida was by her side. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the mountain village, Boruto and the others were hoping the visitors build defenses against the pirates once they come back and attack them again. So anyway, food is very rational. So basically, Digi Team came back, but the only thing they couldn't find they only found nuts and a few fish near the area of the village. So basically, this is all the food that they could find. So basically, so basically they decided to use this food to feed themselves, while the food that the villagers left will be to the villagers. So basically, the food that Dinky and the little food that Dinky and the others found on the village, they was going to eat that food. As for the food that was left in the village, that was for the villagers. So anyway, so basically it was like they had to ration their food and whatnot. So anyway, her Ichigo told those little kids that had Kawaki's headband, that took Kawaki's headband, and gave her food, as a kinder, as she went off to go, take a little walk somewhere. So basically, Mother Leeds followed her, and that's where her Ichigo, started to tell Metal her backstory, that she literally grew up in a village that was a trash heap. So basically, how those countries they're near garbage, they had those garbage stuff that church to scratch metal and stuff to sell to people and whatnot. Her Ichigo lived like that, looking for garbage, looking for metal and stuff to sell, to buy food and stuff like that. So basically, and she said, I met this road shinobi, I met this road ninja who tried to kill me, but instead I killed her. So basically, it wasn't for that road ninja trying to kill me. I would never become a ninja. So basically, after she killed that well ninja, she had a good skill of killing people, and she decided to become a ninja after that. So basically, like Madeline was you're more than just a killer and whatnot. You can be much more than just a ninja that kills people. So basically, like her Ichigo kind of took Metal's words to heart and whatnot, and they went back to the others. So anyway, things are starting to get a little. So basically, things are starting to look desperate. But after the sun was setting down, everybody finished work on the defenses, on the village defenses. Once the pirates come back, so basically, food was very scarce. So basically, the kids said that there's an area in the mountains where a lot of fruit grows at. So basically, basically, like, and so basically that's when, Sarada told Weebay and Dinky to go with the kids, to take the kids and show where this fruit at, and bring it back, and bring this fruit back, bring the fruit back to the village, and make sure that everybody eats. So basically, the kids, hopped on Dinky. The two kids hopped on Dinky and Reways, back, and led them to that mountain area where all this fruit is growing at. So basically, they got to the area, the fruit was there, and basically they started to pick the fruit, and all of a sudden the pirates started. Some of the pirates was nearby in the area, and was Clocky and Dinky and Dinky. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the pirates' camp, Boonsaki got the word that that Lord Ava wants him to abandon the mission and return back to headquarters. But Boonsaki. But Fumsaki was not trying to decide to disobey the direct order by message, and he decided that hell high water, I'm going to finish this mission and take down Boruto Uzumaki and his comrades and get revenge for Lady Siren. And basically, this is how the episode ended, with Fumsaki saying that, hell or high water, I'm gonna take down that village, just kill Boruto and his comrades and finish the mission and bust the Mist Village. And basically, this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. So anyway, we got a lot more details about Lady Siren's situation and whatnot, etc., etc. But this was a good episode. So basically, we got a very determined bad guy saying that, what, I'm going to really finish my mission. I don't care what happens to me, what wrongs happen to me. I'm going to really finish this mission. So basically, Funsaki is hellbound on getting revenge for Lady Siren. So basically, it's weird to see bad guys, see loyal bad guys like Funsaki in anime series like this. Anyway. What do you guys think about this episode? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, sign off. 1.